past 2 weeks, or 1 week, I guess.
Holy shit, Kevin!
Wow! What?
You get this only nowhere else but you, Kevin is after that. Kevin, I'm not gonna lie.
Now we're look at this. A carved penguin. There it is. There it is.
Oh no. Are the O's fine? Are the Orioles fine, Kevin?
It's so embarrassing. I was so embarrassed.
Okay. The Orioles stole it. That game was stolen. It was stolen from them, then they stole it right back.
What?
Oh my
Wait, what's going on? What is happening?
What is going? Was it a diving play? He bobbled the ball.
What is happening? Are they challenging it? No. Other wall. No.
Kevin, I don't know what you saw, how much you saw. I've been chugging champagne. Sure, I spilled a lot, but what a game, man.
He will be the legendary
Birch Fish!
How about that?
Birch Fish fans, stand up. We did it.
What can I say? What can I say? What can I say? Baltimore Orioles, man. They bring you back in only to rip your heart out. It's just it is this team. The Orioles lose 7-6 in extra innings to the New York Mets in a game that they frankly had no business losing, but honestly, at the end of it, deserved the loss. So this is one of those games that you'll look back on when the season is over, and you'll just be like, man, this is exactly an encapsulation of what this Orioles season is, or I guess at that point, what this Orioles season was. So welcome into Kevin and Zach React, your Orioles post-game destination, win or lose. We got you covered. It's just disappointing. Again, they can't capture momentum. You know, they are able to, they take care of business in Atlanta. And then, you know, we're sitting here saying, man, they have an opportunity again to go out there and make up some more ground. They are single digits under 500, and then this happens. So let me bring on the man of the hour. It's Mr. Zach Bollinger. I see the disappointment. Oh, new hat alert. Well, old new hat alert.
I mean, you hit that. Like, what can you say, Kevin? Like, genuinely. Like, what can you say? I mean, 4-run lead in the 8th. You got 5 2/3 2-run innings out of Brandon Young.
You got an immaculate inning out of Brandon Young, and you still don't win the game. Not Brian Baker's day.
That's for sure.
To say the least, yeah. Just a lot of disappointment across the board. I mean, the bullpen, which has been pretty rock solid for you most of the season.
Yeah,
you know,
not tonight. I mean, Baker, who's been probably your most reliable for the longest. Yeah, recently Felix of the last month and a half has gotten his form back, but for the most part, you know, it's been Baker who's been the guy in the bullpen. It's just disappointing.
Yeah, and again, like they make you believe a little bit that they run off some momentum for you, and then they throw it all away. And I mean, it's a game that there were, like, I don't know why you keep Baker in the game. after Soto gets on there. I mean, I think you saw what was coming. And then obviously I think people are talking about it, but they're also kind of not talking about it, is, when Lindor hit that ball, he goes up to Alonso and, covers his
yeah.
and says something to him, clearly indicating that Baker was giving stuff away. And, look what happens. I mean, he looked for it. He saw it. He got it.
He saw it. Oh, yeah.
You cannot do any tells that you have on that mound. You have to eliminate everything. And I mean, man, if I'm Baker and I see that after the game, I'm just dejected. I'm not that I'm not already for blowing the game, but like, you can't give up 4 runs in the 8th inning in a game where you have momentum. Like they had a game. I'm trying to remember, Zach, what game it was last year, but like they had started to gain some momentum. They were up big in a game and they lost it in like the 7th or 8th inning. I'm probably not going to remember what it was, but
was it right after the Astros series? Because they had won those 2 straight against the Astros, the Tony walk-off or the Tony Grand Slam, then the Jackson Holiday double. And then didn't they have a heartbreaker like 2 games later?
I don't remember if it was exactly that, but I remember this exact sort of thing happening.
Was it against the Cubs? Maybe.
Yeah. I'm not sure, but it's just, again, the parallels from the 2024 second half and this whole year have been pretty nasty in a bad way.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, you talked about having an opportunity. This offense, I'm going to be honest, is like they did everything. Like they had all the momentum, including the pitching staff up until Baker. I mean, think about it. O's up 1-0. Then all of a sudden they fall behind 2-1 in the 6th. So many times we've seen that's it. Good night. Game over. Here we go. Let's get out of here. Orioles are going to lose this game. They immediately respond, Kevin, with 4 runs in the bottom half of the 6th. All of a sudden, it's what a response. They get shut down inning by the pitching. Jackson Holiday solo shot to lead off the next inning. So now what goes from, okay, Orioles are going to lose this 2-1 to, okay, they have all the momentum. Okay, shut down inning. Okay, they're going to continue to add on, which we've wanted to see out of this team. They did everything right. And when it went up 6-2, Kevin, you had that feeling like there was that little, the voice in your ear going, are things turning? Like, are things turning? And they took a turn for the worse. They did turn, but for the worse in that game and not for the season.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, look, offensively, and I think, again, let's talk about the bad of this first, which I think obviously was the bottom of the 10th here, where you have Jackson on second, or, your runners on, and, you have, honestly, the 3 guys I would one up in that situation. I don't think you could have really drawn it up any better for the Orioles than what they brought to the plate there in Westy, Henderson, and O'Hearn. And, they muster nothing. I mean, look, shout out. Look, I know Cano gave up he gave up the first pitch single to Soto to drive in Lindor. But, after having some wild pitches in there and, the sack bunt by Janikowski to get the guys, he walked McNeil, to be able to get out of that the way that he did, painting a corner on Torrance and, actually, what was the funniest part of this game was when, who was it? Oh my God, who was the Mets hitter who did it? It was Mauricio took like a down the middle strike on 3-0 and tried to walk to first and then complained about it and got an automatic. It was right like in the letters. Like, what are we looking at?
It was. I get trying to sell it. You're trying to get on base. I get that. I don't know if he went in his head that he was just going to pretend it was a ball no matter what, but he definitely chose before that pitch was.
Yeah, at least on Torrance's 3, was it 3-0 or 3-1? It was one of the pitches. It was borderline. It was a strike, but it was at least a little bit more I'm going to try to sell this and walk to first.
Yeah.
It was like right at the letters. I don't get
Yeah,
it. So
you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's true. But yeah, look, it was disappointing in the 10th. I mean, really the only other guy I'd one up in that situation is Tyler. No, I'm kidding. Ramon Laureano is the guy that I would one up in that situation. Tyler O'Neill, another classic momentum killing play late in this game. Which
2 more years? What? 3 more years? 2 more years?
2.5 more years. I think it's the good and the bad of the options, right? In order to have the Laureano option, you have to have the O'Neill option, right? It's the sacrifice you have to make.
Gosh, if only those contracts were reversed, that would be. Although Laureano would opt out immediately.
Hey, Laureano, 49.5 mil for the season next year. Like how much he deserves.
That day that they decide they all get to it's like option day. That's going to be the quickest yes of all time when they call Tyler O'Neill. Hey, are you picking? He's probably going to text them.
He's probably already told him. He's probably already said yes, I'm picking up the option.
He just texts Elias every day. He's like, yeah, just heads up.
Just a reminder, just want to make sure you remember.
Picking that thing up.
Yeah, just want to make sure it's on your radar still. Like I am picking up the option. So. And that's what we said about that deal when it was signed, right? I mean, it was a lose-lose for the Orioles thing, or where?
Well, because I felt like though it was kind of with his injury history, I felt like it was best if he just had a career year and then went elsewhere and you get a comp pick for him. Him, not like him sucking was worst case scenario. Like him sucking and then clearly going to opt in. This offseason was overall worst case. It would suck if he had a career year and then left immediately. But with an injury guy, you kind of are like,
yeah,
you would take your lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, and then I see this here from Shane. Why is Mayo not playing over in DH O'Neill on the bench? Dare I say, Zach, this is the Craig Kimbrell situation all over again? Is this sunken cost fallacy? I mean, there's no justifiable reason.
There's basically no way that
he's like. What'd you say?
Craig Kimbrell was one thing because what he was making 12 mil last year, 15 mil last year. You could just come to terms with we're losing this year. This is 3 years of you'd have to fork up money for. I don't think that's going to be. We're gonna have to trade him somehow.
O'Neill.
It's going to be one of those. We trade him for a player to be named later, and we probably have to send them some cash.
I'd try to throw him in a big deal, like you.
That is sinking the value.
You give them a prospect to move off of O'Neill as well in that deal. Like the Pirates, for example. I don't know how likely it isn't. Like, aren't the Mets talking for Keller or whatnot? Like, I'm not sure Keller's been linked to the Orioles at all, outside of like a couple months ago. I think
outside of people in the chat putting Keller.
hey, that's a source right there. But
I trust it.
Like, if you're the Pirates and the Orioles say, hey, can you take Tyler O'Neill off our hands? We'll give you like a prospect for your troubles that you like, or overpay for like a prospect. I mean, the Pirates have nothing to lose. Give him to the Mariners or something. They need offense. Just give him to the Mariners.
Yeah, Cal Raleigh went yard again tonight. Cal Raleigh and Aaron Judge in the most predictable.
Tyler O'Neill for Cal Raleigh, who's Orioles need some catcher depth. Hey,
I can't even. Kevin, I'll be honest. I'd be having a lot more fun joking around if they didn't blow a 6-2 lead in the game.
I know.
Like sometimes we start having funny banter, and then I'm like, oh, that's right, the game.
Yeah.
Like Kevin, I was just trying to enjoy my girlfriend's birthday. Just trying to have a nice night.
Yes,
nice evening.
Happy birthday to Molly. I don't know if you got I told you to tell it for me. I just want to make sure.
I did.
Right? It's like Tyler O'Neill. Hey, just want to remind you.
Yeah, remind you, picking up the option. Yeah. So Kevin, I thought just a lovely night. All of a sudden, like I'm keeping up with the game, and then it was 6-2, and I'm not gonna lie, I let my guard down a little bit. Then I saw 6-4, and I was like, ooh. It's like man on second. It's like just don't give Pete any. Okay. Yeah. So now it's 6-6. And then the wheels fell off. You kind of once it was 6-6, Kevin, did you have any faith that they were gonna win it?
No.
Like, let's be honest. As soon as it got 6-6, there was no chance. Like I've seen this team too many times this season. As soon as it got 6-6, they weren't winning that.
I actually had faith they would tie the game in the 10th and then lose in the 11th. That's what I because I thought that you would at least get the runner in with Gunnar, Westy, and or I guess it was Westy, Gunnar, O'Hearn.
You would think.
Yeah, just brutal. Just brutal.
You would really think. And that's what's Kevin, that's what is most frustrating is when it's the guys up. Like you could not have asked for a better 1, 2, 3 up in the 10th to get a speedy runner at second. And like it's not like you were trying to get Gary Sanchez in. You weren't trying, someone where it's like, oh, you hit a soft single, you're in. Like it's not even like you have to hit one in the gap. You have to play small ball. Runner over, get him to second base, fly ball gets him in. Doesn't even need to be that deep. Like and what sucks is they played small ball so well in the 6th inning where they got 4 beautiful small ball. Let's dink and dunk. Literally felt like we were watching us as the Royals. It was just dink and dunk. Find ways. O'Hearn down the line. Then Laureano come through in the clutch. Just singles, doubles. And then they couldn't do it when it mattered again. Like it's just so if you get just a ground ball to second base, followed up by a fly ball, hell, depending on what they're giving you, they may give you a ground ball to second. Who knows if they're cutting the runner? It's like that's where it's just frustrating.
Yeah. A lot of underachieving this year, pitching wise, offensively as well. And like this wasn't on the offense tonight. Like I get it was disappointing in the 10th, but 6 runs, especially when you're up 6-2 in the 8th inning, is enough to win you a ball game, right? But it's situational stuff, and they just haven't been able to get the job done. So, frustrating there. But do you wanna dive into some call-ins? I know we both.
Yeah, I gotta head out a little early, so let's get into some call-ins early. Have you gotten to super chats?
No. Do you
I like how I said that as if I didn't join like 40 seconds. It like literally.
I know. Are you putting the link in, or do you want me to put?
Yeah, I'll put link in if you want to.
I'll go through. Yep. So Kyle, appreciate you, Kyle. Ravens/O's break my heart more than anyone could. It's Baltimore sports for you, Kyle. We all share your pain. It is rough out here. We got a new member. Appreciate you. Aligo XP.
Appreciate you
for joining. Welcome in. Walter, appreciate you. This lost tracks for the 2025 Baltimore Orioles. Yep.
That's one.
An absolute encapsulation of their season. There's really no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And Walter, again, the only Keller Elias is getting is Helen Keller. Oh, man. And we'll see what they do at the deadline. We will see. But games like this push them in a certain direction.
We will see what they get at this deadline.
Oh, wow. I did. Yeah. Okay.
That was just a great segue off of that. I just thought that was great. We'll see what they get at the deadline.
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm trying to bring some fun.
No,
Kevin, it's okay.
Wasn't intentional. All right. Look.
Segue master.
It's just gonna be one of those nights. Huh?
I'm just saying.
Now, didn't Luis Castillo get DFA'd? Isn't he not on the team?
Yeah, he's
tragic.
I had such high hope, Kev. There's just not. This is This is so disappointing, Kevin. You had an opportunity. I thought, like, not even an opportunity. You were up 4 runs on the 8th. You should be 8 games below 500. Now we're back to 10. It just felt like all of a sudden, if you win tonight, you just can win this series tomorrow, or you win, just take 2 of 3. You then take 2 of 3 versus the Marlins, and over your last 10, you would sit at 6-4. No, you would sit at 7-3. 7-3. And we talked about last week before their final 10 games before the break, where would you like to see this team? And everyone was like, best case scenario, 7-3. You would have set yourself up really damn well winning 4 of the first 5. Instead, here it is. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Just extremely
We'll get into our first call-in.
Yep. I mean, shoot, I didn't do need to get the timer of the night up first. All right, what about? Oh, geez, that is not no. I feel like this is definitely someone's alarm. No, we don't like that.
You know,
That is also someone's alarm.
O's went 5 series, win the first game, lose the next 2. Maybe this is how they're turning around. Blow the first game, and then the 2 comebacks after.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the break.
They win the first game and lose the last 2, or they lose the first game and win the last 2. It's so classic. Oh man! All right, yeah, all right. I got the timer going. So
awesome. First up, we got a guy, Arkansas Joe.
All right,
Yo, how you doing?
Yo, what's going on, man?
Man, happy birthday, Molly. That was.
Yes. I'll let her know.
Happy birthday, Molly.
Thank you,
Zach. You jinxed it. You're not wearing your White Star hat. You're wearing a Chevrolet.
See,
hat.
That's what I'm saying.
No, okay. Joe. In my defense, the White Star hat is in the car, and I didn't feel like going down to get it after the loss. I was like, I'm just grabbing what's here.
Should have been wearing it during the game.
That's
call them out, Joe. Call them out.
Or lucky hat.
That's on me. Yeah, that might be why we lost.
Yeah. Do we have an official record of Zach in the Chevy hat?
We don't have to go back. But I picked the hat after the game, so that maybe I just feel bad after losses. I'm like, I have to put on the Chevy hat.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, it is what it is. It felt very good to go up 6-2, and then
that was fun.
It was fun.
I was having fun at that point.
It happens. I like what Pigtown said. We're going to lose the first game. We're going to come back here and win the next 2, and then sweep the Marlins. Go 5-1 on the homestand, feeling good.
It is funny because it does feel like they always, like I said, it's like they win the first game and lose the last 2, or they lose the first game and win the last 2. Like that has happened a lot to them this season. So I mean, I hope it happens again now. I mean, you have to do it. Although the Trevor Rogers versus Kyle Stowers, Joe, is going to be some legendary baseball. I'll tell you that.
We all know Stowers is going to hit a home run first.
Without a doubt.
I mean, that's just going to happen. He's going to hit a home run.
He's going to go Utah Street without a doubt.
He might hit the warehouse. I don't know. He might hit the warehouse. Who knows? But it's definitely going to be a bomb. First at bat. That's baseball.
Give that man an ovation. Give that man an ovation.
I'm sure he'll get a standing ovation too. But that's baseball.
He better.
Maybe he'll hit it.
Hours.
Maybe he'll hit the ball so far it lands in Indiana. I don't know.
The year he's having, I mean, sheesh. I'll tell you.
Oh. Yeah, we draft this Sunday, boys. So kind of excited.
I know it sneaks up on you. It sneaks up on you.
Well,
kind of exciting,
Kevin, because it's in the middle of the season, and you always like baseball is one of those things where you just like randomly you're like, oh, the draft, right? We're doing this right now.
All right, eight pitchers in the first round. Where's Gage going, Joe? What's his position right now?
I'm gonna say he's a top 20 pick. He just based off of the recent bias, but since he was hurt for 6 weeks in the beginning of the year, it might hold him back.
Is that future Oriole? You think?
I don't think so.
No, not
I'd
meant to
love
be.
to see it, but I don't think so. Because I mean, his hometown's only 60 miles from me, so it'd be nice.
Yeah,
but I doubt it. And pitching or Razorback picks have not gone very well in the Orioles organization so far. So
but
one
maybe that changes.
One is currently a high school pitching coach here.
So
that's not where I think the Orioles drafted him to be. But
no,
I don't.
Not the ideal outcome. Yeah.
No. But the timer went off, boys. So I'm gonna get out.
All right, Joe. Hey, we appreciate you, man. Be good, stay safe, and we'll talk soon. All right.
Later.
All right, Joe. Man, that'd be funny if they drafted a guy and they were like, we really view your potential as a high school coach teaching the next generation.
We just love to give you a head start. Orioles Head Start program. Could be a thing. Kevin, I saw a tweet from an Orioles fan, Ryan, and it sums up perfectly. This is the 30th worst loss of the season.
At least it's not the 31st worst loss of the season.
I'm sure we'll find that soon.
Yeah. Also, did you see Brandon Young's shirt?
No.
What a shirt this guy is wearing.
Where? In the post game?
Yeah, in the post game.
Who posted it?
Orioles on Masson Orioles. That's a cow on that shirt. Oh my god.
Is he wearing a giveaway?
No. I wish this was a giveaway. That's a wild shirt.
Oh, what?
That is crazy.
For those who...
You see there's a cow on the shoulder
he
there?
wore that and shoved, and we didn't get him the dub.
Just absolute tragedy.
That's, oh my God. He had it all. He was rocking that. And that's even more disappointing now.
Nothing nice. They can't have anything nice. Well, that's all you can say.
Yeah, Kevin, this is every time they give you hope, like you lose hope, then they pull you back in with a lot of hope. And then right as you're about to be like, we're bad, they're like, snatch it. It's like we always say, Kevin, it's not just that they're taking one step forward, 2 steps back. It's that they take one step forward. They take the second step forward, and right as they're about to land, they trip on that step and fall 4 steps back. And it's like, no, we were so close. It's like, once they get that second foot, the momentum's going to keep going. But they get the momentum, and as soon as they're like, oh, they're about to do something with it, fall flat on their face. You're like, damn. And then we have to sit here and just talk about hypothetical, if this team gets hot, where it's another week of if this team gets hot. Kevin, we could be talking about that they are hot right now if they just finished out a game that you were up 6-2 in the 8th inning.
If you're going to be bad, just be bad. Like, if you're going to be bad, just be bad.
Stop giving me hope.
Don't bring me back in. Get me excited, especially in the, you win 3 straight, you sweep you sweep the Braves, and then you're up 6-2 in the 8th. You're like, hey, this is great. And then, nope. Yeah, sorry. We're just the team that, you thought we were. So look, they are, and I see Rick's comment here. They are playing better, right? They're playing better than they were at the beginning of the season, but unfortunately, it just is
still frustrating.
They're still far from where they need to be. So it's the unfortunate part of it. I mean, again, this season felt over months ago. You need to have another 4-2 stretch here. right? You have
to.
to. You can't
And you know
go
what?
6 games only getting 2 games. You can't go 12 games getting only 2 games better.
Yeah, you have to. You have to go 4-2. They find unconventional ways. Knowing them, they'll find a way to win one of these two, and then they'll sweep the Marlins, who are hot. Like, it's just, they're a weird team. They're a weird team.
But weird teams, it's not a formula for success. So
yeah. Well, Kevin, it looks like no one else is calling it. I know it's a little shorter one, especially after such a devastating game. But
I'm telling you, they only played this game was supposed to start at 6:35. There were 10 billion delays, only like 2, but like still. And then it goes into extras. They play the shortest games ever or the longest games ever. There's no in between. You get like a normal, nice, like 2-hour, 10-minute game.
no,
Like just a normal game.
not happening. Oh, actually, right before we hop out of here, we do have our guy Breaking Glenjamin just hopped in.
Nice. All right, let me
So
see.
we'll get to him. What's up?
What's up, man? Can you hear him?
No. Try again.
Oh, we're echoing through you, but we can't hear you. Huh? That's like Inception.
Oh.
Hello.
How about now?
Yes. All right. There we go. We got you.
All right, awesome. Yeah, that was a rough game. Lots of fans there tonight. Lots of Mets fans. And
Yeah,
I wanted them to go home sad, but not tonight.
That's what's frustrating. Is you felt good. It felt like you were about to. Like it felt like you had Mets fans about to walk out of there, heads down, and you were just on the verge of that. And then you gave them reason to celebrate. And it's like on your, it's so frustrating. It feels like this team again, they've got fight, which I guess you say is a step forward from earlier in the season where they were losing games with no fight. But man, is it frustrating once again when you feel like they're right there and then they can't just finish it out.
Yeah. That eighth inning, that's kind of like the worst one of the worst games that I've been to all season. Who was it? Was Lindor and Alonso that got those home runs? And geez, those things right off the bat.
Yeah, they were. They didn't get cheated.
No, you knew.
Just frustrating.
I got a Hawaiian shirt.
Hey, that's a win.
The little wins.
You can't be upset as long as you got the Hawaiian.
Yeah, definitely. So, what about Steve? Steve said we were going to win all 9 games. I'm like, I wanted the boys to make them happy,
Yeah.
Looked like they were going to keep it alive, but they just.
I know. It looked like they were listening for a little bit, but unfortunately.
Yeah, so we we can still win the next 5 against the Marlins and the Mets. I think we can do it. I'm going to try to skip work on Thursday to get those yacht caps that I saw KB and Ben McDonald rocking. Those things look pretty cool.
They've had some good things to get at the ballpark. I'll give that to them.
They really have this year.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys. Well, I just wanted to check in to, I don't know, try to
after a disappointing loss.
Misery loves company and all that stuff, right?
Well, we're glad you joined and helped alleviate some of the misery. We appreciate you checking in, man.
Yeah, I'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
Peace out. You. Misery does love company, and we appreciate everyone who tunes in, comments, likes, and obviously calls in. Appreciate talking to all of you, even after the tough losses. But, Kevin, anything else before we head out of here?
No, I think that's it. Just, man, I guess win the last 2, but it's not going to even if they do, it won't take the sting out of this one. I don't think it'll help, but I don't think it'll fully.
It'll just make us sit back and wonder if it could have been a sweep, Kevin. That's all it'll do. But Orioles will be back tomorrow against the New York Mets, and we'll be back right after the game as your post-game destination, win or lose. Kevin, guess we'll see if the Orioles can salvage the series, win game 2, and force a rubber match. But that's going to do it for tonight, and we'll see you next time tomorrow for another edition of Kevin and Zach React. Nolan Reimold.
Oh, I was not prepared for this. Oh.
I wasn't either. That just came to me. Oh, it's on national television. Nice. Thanks. Yeah, we're on ESPN tomorrow. Wednesday Night Baseball. I'll be shooting hoops.
Alex Jackson. I'm going to steal him from you.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because it's